I'm a big fan of Dave Mirra BMX games, and one of the versions that I've always wanted to play but never been able to get it to run at the right speed is Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX on the Dreamcast. I'll show you how it's been running for me. So all of the intros and everything run absolutely fine. All the music runs at the right speed, but obviously for copyright reasons I can't play it. It's just the game runs way too fast. And you can tell by the clock. So take a look at the clock. I've timed it because I thought I was going mad. It's just too fast to be enjoyable. It's just a bit frantic, and yeah, it's just not pleasant to play. It's not so bad on some of the big ramps because you get a bit of airtime, but even then it's just mad. So if I quit out of that, when I launch the game, if I tap the B button again, I get this menu, and if we go to select emulator for ROM, I've added this version of Flycast. So Redream, Rycast and LR Flycast, all of them run too fast, but this one runs at exactly the right speed. And I've tried this, I must have mentioned this 2 or more years ago, trying it on the Raspberry Pi 4, because it ran too fast on that as well. So let's launch this version. And if I press start and select, I get this menu, and I can load where I got to. So I've been playing this game, but I can also change various different things about it. I can't seem to get a 4x3 version working. I've tried all sorts of things. I've tried config.txt, I've tried a few different settings within here. So we go up to the top. I mean, it's great menus and everything. So video mode, and you can see I'm running at 1600 by 1200. VSync is on. And I've played around with these widescreen settings. Whatever I do, I can't get it to go 4x3, but it still looks great. So I'm happy enough, and it plays the same for me. So if I hit done to go back, and let's load the state so it goes straight in. Now this is weird because I've just been editing the video and the screen capture device shows it at 4x3. So what you've been watching is 4x3. I've just been saying I can't get it to work in 4x3. You can see here it is stretching it. So whatever I do, it's stretching it. It's still working. And it started the music again. But I'll carry on with the video I've just edited. But just so you know, I was talking about it being 4x3. On this monitor, it does show up in widescreen. Now, I don't know if that's a monitor setting or something to do with my capture device. So my capture device is definitely capturing it as 4x3. I've never noticed it wanting to switch. So if I pick 4x3, there you go. So 4x3. Okay, so I can play it exactly as I want. I don't know how long it takes for that to time out. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Right, back to the other bit of the edit that I was doing just now. You'll see that it now runs at a proper speed. So it's actually enjoyable to play. And I don't know how many games are affected. I did find some other people mentioning speed on games on Dreamcast, but I don't know how widespread it was. But this works absolutely fine for me. And I've been playing it quite a bit, actually on my PC, because I first had it working on PC, but this is the first time I've had an ARM-based version working on this. And as you can see, yeah, it's fine. So how did I get this version on to my version of Retropie? So let's quit out of this. Because my version of Retropie doesn't come with any Dreamcast emulators, so I focused heavily on getting GameCube, Wii and PS2 working, mainly because they were systems that weren't working. And you can see there's all sorts of other things on here as well. And part of the reason I could get Flycast to work is thanks to Retropie Extra, which I've installed into my version of Retropie, which is available as a download. I've got a separate video if you want to know a bit more about it, a bit more about setting up PlayStation 2 and GameCube games. But if we go into the Retropie menu, all you need to do is go into Retropie Setup. And this is the same for any games you can't find with this build of Retropie. So go into Manage Packages, and you've got the core, main, and optional. So there's all sorts of games and things you can install from here, and different base systems. But if we go to experimental and we scroll down all the way to Retropie Extra, so this is something extra that's been installed to add things that aren't officially supported on a Raspberry Pi or other ARM-based systems. So Retropie ports, you can see things like Steam Link and Quake and things like that in there. Various different skins. PlayStation 2, which I've installed from here. But when we get to Retropie Extra, the one you want to install, oh, I've gone too far. So even things like Audacity and Gparted and Chromium. Here we are, Flycast. So you can see I've already got it installed, but if I show you how it would happen with, say, Gearboy, if you click on it, just click install from source, it will take a while, but once it's done, it will let you go back and it will show up as being installed. And then you would keep going back and just reboot. And yes. And then when you pick Dreamcast, it will be there as an emulator. Now, the reason I've got several on there was partly because I was trying it, but also there's certain games that work, especially with Redream, that don't seem to work with other systems. There's almost like 2 systems, I think some of them built on Windows CE and some of them not. I'm not sure if that's what it is with Dreamcast, but there's definitely 2 sets of games almost. So if I pick this and I tap a button while it's loading up, so again, select emulator for the ROM, and in this case we'll pick Flycast, and that will just launch straight into it. But if I go back from that, and you can do it as your default for everything. You can see I've got Redream as my default Dreamcast emulator, but definitely for this game, this is what seems to work the best for me. And if you don't get that menu, so after you start to launch an emulator, you don't get that little pop-up menu which gives you the option to change it, you can add it in. So go into Retropie, Retropie Setup, and it's under Configuration and Tools, and it's Run Command. So if it's not working, make sure that is enabled, and it will give you the option to be able to select your emulator, select resolution, select various different things when you're launching a game. And this works for most of the emulators that are on there. So this is on a Raspberry Pi 5, so my version of Retropie, but I have been playing it on Retrobat on my PC in the lounge. So let's go and have a look at that. My setup is a mini PC, so this is a GMKtec mini PC with an Oculink port connected to a 1080 graphics card. And I've just ordered one of these from Amazon. It's a battery, and it tells you the percentage that's on there, and it works for the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Elite controller. You've got just a different adapter for those controllers, but they're really good. I bought 2 of them, so I'm never running out now. And I quite like the theme that Retrobat uses. So it's like Retropie, it's the same sort of thing based on Emulation Station. And my controller was fixed with Subaru. And this is brilliant. I've had this on there for months. It's really comfortable, doesn't slip. Could have done a better job in moulding it. But yeah, I'll do that next time. So as you can see, Dreamcast, Dave Mirror. And this puts like a CRT surround around it, which is really nice. And we've got the Dreamcast bits here, and I'm running this at some super high resolution. I've got a few extra levels on here, and it does look really crisp. Considering this is a Dreamcast game, it looks amazing. And plays really, really well. All the sound is perfect, all the speed and everything is perfect as well. So yeah, really happy with that. So let me know if there are any other Dreamcast games that you haven't had running at the right speed, because I did find a few others, but this was the one that I wanted to play, and so, you know, for a couple of years now I haven't been able to do it. And I'd even tried it on PC and Mac and all sorts of things, and all of the emulators seem to have the same issue. So I thought the ROM was bad, and so I downloaded different versions of the ROM and everything, but now I know that with Flycast it works absolutely fine. I'm not sure if this is using Flycast, but it's working just the same and the speed is as it should be. Okay, so hope all this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.